Spectrasonics, world-class sample libraries. Spectrasonics is proud to introduce Groove Control, a revolutionary new way of working with sample loops that opens up creative possibilities that you've only dreamed about. Groove Control is an exclusive method of creating sample libraries using some special technology that we've developed with our friends at Ilio Entertainments. But before we get too technical, perhaps a little history is in order. These days, sampled loops are very popular. Loops are easy to use, but unfortunately, it's very difficult to customize them. For example, this loop feels great by itself, but it sure doesn't match my track very well. Plus, when the tempos are different, which is usually the case, the only practical way to change the tempo has been to tune the sample. This method works okay, but it can be kinda hit and miss. Listen to what happens to this percussion loop as it gets sped up. Yikes! So what happens if you have tempo changes? Well, essentially, the current options are either you don't use loops at all or you don't change the tempo. And what if that loop you absolutely love is just a little bit too busy? Well, you're stuck with it and you have to change your music just to make the darn loop work. Obviously, these are some pretty serious limitations. Wouldn't it be great if you could have total control over the pattern, the tempo, and even the feel of the loop? What would you say if we told you that you didn't need to buy any special software or hardware to be able to do all of this? That you could do it with your existing sequencer and sampler? Magic, right? Nope, it's Groove Control. For the first time ever, you can control all of these elements of a true stereo sample loop right from your sequencer. It doesn't matter if you use Vision, Performer, Logic, Cakewalk, Cubase, MC500, MPC 2000, or you name it. So I'll bet you're wondering, how hard is this, right? Well, check it out. Here's what's involved. Number 1, find the loop you want to use. Number 2, load the Groove Control version of the loop into your sampler. Number 3, load the sequence into your sequencer. That's it. Once you copy the groove sequence into your song, the loop is automatically at the right tempo. Here's that percussion loop again, but this time with the Groove Control version. It even follows the tempo changes. Cool, huh? And did I mention that it follows MIDI clock too? Okay, so what about that first loop that didn't feel right with my song? No problem. We'll just take that Groove Control track in the sequencer and quantize it so that it matches the feel of my other sequence tracks. Boom! Instant groove. I could even change the pattern to better match my song. Now we're happening. You realize what this means, don't you? It means that every loop from a Groove Control activated disc can be combined with any other loop from any other Groove Control library. The creative possibilities are staggering. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's take this loop from our new Retro Funk library. This percussion pattern from the Brazilian collection. A nice big backbeat. A vocal loop from Vocal Planet. Hey, I know that guy. A wave drum loop from the new Liquid Grooves Groove Control version. A twisted loop from Distorted Reality Groove Control. and a wild guitar loop from Bizarre Guitar. Okay, this is what it sounds like together without groove control. Jeez. Oh man. And now with groove control. Yeah, baby. Okay, how about a swing version? Or a double time, halftime version? Or a different key? Starting to get some ideas? So how do you get groove control? It's very easy. All you have to do is pick up one of our groove control activated sound libraries available from your local Spectrasonics distributor. So stay up and groove on. Distorted Reality Groove Control. Now you can get all the insanely great grooves from Distorted Reality 1 and 2, plus a ton of brand new unreleased grooves from Eric Persing and Ryland Allison, all available in the remarkable new Groove Control format. This revolutionary new method allows you to mix and match grooves in any tempo and will even follow tempo changes from your sequencer. Experiment with creating your own unique patterns with the same sounds and mixes from this library. If you have a craving to express your own wild rhythmic vibe, you need to check this out. Liquid Grooves Groove Control. The unique and inspiring grooves from the timeless library, Liquid Grooves, are now available in an amazing groove control version. This remarkable new approach allows you to mix and match grooves in any tempo and even change the feel of the loops. Imagine being able to tune the incredible wave drum grooves to the key of your song in real time without the rhythm changing. If you're new to Liquid Grooves, this is the only version you will need. If you're an existing Liquid Groove CD-ROM user, you can upgrade to the new Groove Control version. Call your Spectrasonics distributor for details.